Welcome, guys, to a brand new series here on the TerrisDWDC channel. We are going to be playing Satisfactory, and this is going to be kind of like your introductory guide to dive into this game and kind of see a little bit more of the basics and how it all works. I have been absolutely in love with this game. It is so much fun to play. It is so interactive, and really sky's the limit as far as your creativity to be able to build. It's like Minecraft on steroids. It's an open world factory creation game, and we are playing the early access experimental build update number 5. And we're going to start a brand new world. We're going to go through the tutorial and everything on this. So sit back, relax, and let's get a new game going here. So I'm going new game. I'm calling it recording series. I want to land in the Rocky Desert just because I haven't landed in that as a new starting spot for me before. Private session, and we are going to do the full early access or the intro and everything as we go here. So,
attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for FICSIT Incorporated. FICSIT pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis.
for this being early access, the attention to detail is amazing.
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning,
That's it. Be effective.
Please remain seated during.
We are now going to be landing.
Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
We should be approaching the ground here pretty quick. We're busting through the atmosphere. We got blue sky starting to show through. So the first little bit of this is a little bit slow paced just to get you all kind of prepped and organized for how the game ends up playing, the controls, getting familiar with all that stuff. We have landed!
Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%.
So you see, we got a health bar bottom left-hand corner, and then there's like a shortcut bar on the bottom right-hand corner.
Godspeed.
And WASD to be able to move around, typical for any first-person style game.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
Yay, we survived.
Objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
Initializing hints.
First objective. Please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base.
Pressing the F key gives us our little deconstruction tool, and then you press and hold the left mouse button when you point at something, and it breaks it down.
And efficient. We do not waste.
Anything that you do break down, you get 100% of the materials used over from that, so you can reuse those materials in later builds. So now, there is an objective up in the top right-hand corner. That's for another save game, and I think that's just a little bug that's in the early access. All right, all tutorials. So what we got to do in the open is we got to open the codex by pressing O and look at our various objectives we need to do. So this is what we can start to construct right away is iron ingots, iron plate, iron rods. We can create the Xenozapper, which is our like a weapon that we've got right now, kind of useless one. We can build a hub and a crafting bench. So we got a little ways to be able to go before we're all into it here.
Objective.
So
please ensure you have your FICSIT incorporated Xenozapper equipped before leaving the drop zone.
So here's our Xenozapper.
According to FICSIT,
we've got it in our hands now.
Should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats.
So this is our primitive weapons. So
please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron.
So resource scanner is pressing V.
Considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
So if we press V, it should launch the scanner. It's just got to wait for the tutorial to catch up to us to unlock that to be able to make it go. Hello. There we go. So right now, the only material that we can search for is iron. As we find more materials, this Xenoscanner or this scanning tool will be able to select what materials we want to search for. So whether it's copper, whether it's coal, whether it's limestone, you name it, we'll be able to search for it. And this basically sends out a scan. So, poof, there goes a scan. And they will ping up along the compass at the top there. So, it looks like 300 yards that way. There's some iron. 500, or meters, sorry. 580 that way. 519. So, I think we'll go for the closest one, which is 397 meters away. And there is water here, which is actually kind of convenient. Water is kind of important for later on in the game. When we get to a point that there is coal refineries that we can work on. This is a limestone node here, so we're going to make note of this. And we're just going to pick some of this off here. There is a little node outcropping on these that you have to break off before we can actually put our automatic mining solutions here. So... but that will come along here in a little bit later on. So we're still working on getting to our iron. Also, while you're at it, early game, gather up these leaves if you can. Just start clicking them. You hit the E button and you can gather up leaves. If there's also dead wood on the ground, gather that up. You're going to be using this as a fuel source. You're going to be burning these to be able to create energy, to be able to power your machines early game. So it's always good to gather as much as you can. See, we're gathering wood right now. There's some leaves, some more wood. It's not much wood, but it's something to get started with. Because we'll start off by burning that, and eventually we can also convert it into biofuel to be able to get more longevity out of the fuel and make ourselves more efficient. These here are little berry nuts that we can pick there for food and also for research later on. I did hear a growl. There are some bad monsters around. That one over there, he's called Bean. He's not aggressive, so you don't have to worry about them. That's a bean right there, too. There's like a little hoglin or pig type thing. I don't know what you want to call it. That runs around that's kind of nasty. And then there's another like hard-shelled creature that shoots fire at you. They're not very pleasant. And then there's like these little arachnid dudes. They're not overly pleasant. Some fireflies. Well, it looks like we got a cave here that's like close by, but there's like poisonous gases in there. And early game, you don't want to be diving into any caves because they will just hurt you. Let's hit our scanner again, kind of have a look and see how far away we are. 193 meters that way, 183. So we've got like two nodes. It looks like it's fairly close together. So I'll quickly get to that point and we'll be right back. Okay, I've done a little bit of searching and I have come across, there it is right there. We've got two iron nodes here relatively close to each other, which is like super handy. But we also got, see this little plant thing here? That has got some firefly things on it. We got to get rid of those things. So they're going to spawn as soon as we walk up and they kind of suck. But they're also drunk. They kind of just flop around here, but they do hurt. So we got to be careful with them. Where'd he go? There should be another one. Here he is. All right, and then grab this little alien carapace here. Little husk that we can pick up along the way. Here's a dogo. He's friendly. If you do have food, you can put it on the ground and he'll befriend you, and then he'll like go and find things for you. But they're like little berries and stuff that he likes to pick up. So we got to kind of keep our eyes open for some of those berries, and then we can have a dogo that's all friendly. So what do we got here? Oh, we got like super lucky to start off with. This is a pure iron node. So there are different grades of iron nodes that you can get. There is poor quality, and then there's just normal iron and then pure iron. So we got super lucky by hitting a pure node here right away, because it just means that we can get more iron out of this spot. So
note, to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution. Ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
So this one here, again, another pure iron node. So we got super lucky. 2 pure iron nodes right off the bat. So that's... Be thankful. Okay, so now we're going to clear off a space here where I'm going to put our hub. And basically our hub is going to be like our spawn location and our main kind of central point to start building everything. So let me just finish clearing all these bushes and stuff out of the way here, so we got a nice open space, and then we'll get the hub placed. All right, so I have cleared out an area here, got rid of the bushes and stuff. We're nice and central. We've got 2 iron nodes relatively close to us here, which is fantastic. And we've also got water, which is really close. So later on game, this is going to be ideal to have this water here, of which it looks pretty amazing too. Actually, the game in general it's well polished and looks fantastic. So, all right, let us build our hub. So hit Q accesses our builder and all of our various recipes and stuff that we can build. And we're going to start off with the hub. The hub is what we are placing right now. And we've got to like upgrade this hub kind of as we go here. So you just find a nice spot that you want to put this down, and really it doesn't matter where we put it. You want to be close to iron, that's about it. So here we are at our hub. There's nothing fantastic here yet at all.
Hub feature, manual craft bench. Hub feature, hub terminal. 5th objective, complete hub upgrade 1. Note, the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
So once you've gone through these tutorials once, you won't have to go through these again once you're starting other worlds and that type of thing. So that you don't have to worry too much about those. So this is our hub. This basically tells us all of the different tiers of things that we can work on. So I'm selecting tier 0. And what we need to do is we need to upgrade the hub. And to be able to upgrade the hub, we need 10 iron rods. And to be able to get 10 iron rods, we're going to have to do a bunch of mining and stuff like that to be able to get to that point. And what that does is it unlocks us the ability to be able to make the equipment workshop, also the ability to make a portable miner, and also opens up some more inventory slots for us. Because as you see right now, we don't have a lot of inventory slots, and it fills up really quick. So this is our manual crafting bench. So basically, anything in the game basically can get built here within reason. Many of like the single items that you can do. When it comes to like part assembly and stuff, you can't really do it here, but there are some minor ones you can do, but the more complicated ones you won't be able to. So we got to start off. We're going to convert all of this into iron ingots for the raw iron ore that we've got right now. So you could just click on this, press and tap the space bar, and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to have your hands on it. It'll run through until there's no more materials left. And that gets that built. So we're just going to quickly crank these out. And then we will move on to some iron rods. Okay, so I've made the iron ingots now. That's all done. We need to craft up 10 iron rods. So I'm going to get these going here right now. There's 10 of them done. That was like silly easy to do. And then we come over to the hub. We click on our tier, upgrade the hub. You select your little milestone here, and you just You can double click on that or drag and drop it onto the square and then click the upgrade button. And now you can look, our hub's got a little extra frame on it here. And we also now have a storage container here.
Workshop, equipment, portable miner, inventory, additional slots, hub feature, personal storage.
Okay, so I've added some of the stuff into here. So
note, portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note, multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
Okay, so now, because we need some more materials and stuff, we need to look at our next tier. So the next tier, this is what we've got to do to move on to the next phase, is we're going to need 20 iron rods and 10 iron plates. And I still have enough iron on me. I think I could actually pull that off. So we're just going to grab here. We need 20 of these rods. So we're going to bang these out real quick. Done. Now we can upgrade to our second tier on the hub. Select mission. Double click on that. Double click on that. And select upgrade. And now our hub. We've got a little room here.
Congratulations. You have unlocked hub feature, biomass burner, scanner feature, copper, new buildings and recipes, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
So here is our biomass burner. This will create energy for us.
Note, connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note, buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set. Advice, automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
So the next thing we need to build is, under our production, is a equipment workstation. And we're going to be able to, let's see, what do we need for that? We need 4 iron bars and 6 iron plates. So we got to quickly come over here. We'll craft out 4 more of these bars. Okay, and then 6 iron plates. All right, I've got enough now that I can build the equipment workstation. You know what? I'm actually going to stick it out on this side because there's this like higher ledge here. So I'm going to select the equipment workstation. And we are going to spin this thing around so it's wide open on this side. We're going to place this right here. So now we have our equipment workstation. It's right close here by our hub. In the equipment workstation, this is where we can start to actually build some of our equipment. So I need 2 plates and 4 rods to be able to make a portable miner. So let's get on that right now. I think all I need is just, you know what? I'll get 2 more of these plates done, and then we will do 8 rods in total. Was that 8? Yes, it was. Okay, perfect. Now we'll come over here. 2 portable miners. Craft up, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Super cheap for these supplies. Like, it wasn't that difficult to get these. All right, so we got to run over to our iron nodes here now. And we get to throw these in the ground. These things don't require power. So they're a really easy early game tool to have to be able to start automatically getting some of the materials that are here. And basically, you hit tab, you equip one of these in your hand, and then you just plop that thing on the ground, and it fires back up. You can't put more than one of these on one node. I'm fine with just one on there. Where's the other node at? It's over here. I'm going to put 1 on each node. If you hold shift, you can run. And if you hold shift and then hit C, you can slide. And if you do like C space really quick, you get like a sliding jump. And this is the fastest way you can move around the game without any vehicles. So, and because vehicles obviously come later. Tab, we're going to equip this. Drop this thing down. That miner is now running, and it's just going to grind away and get us some more iron ore. If you look at over here, here it is. It's just doing its thing. And then you can just walk up to it. And this is already gathered up, almost 70. So we're going to pick up... Oh, no, I picked up the miner and everything. Let's replace the miner back on the ground. But we did grab the ore. So if you look at our inventory now, we've got 71 ore. and that thing's just going to keep grinding away. So now we got to look at our next upgrade that we got to do. Upgrade hub 3. So what do we need? We need 20 plates. We need 20 rods. And then we also need copper. So we can now search for copper. So remember when I said if you press and hold V, you end up with the wheel here? Well, now, of course, we had iron before. Now we also have copper. So we release on that. And this will do a search now for copper. There's some 261 meters that way. And that seems to be, like, they're a long ways away. So obviously the one we're going for is that one up there. Of course, to do that, let's make sure we have an automatic miner with us as well, too. And we can throw that on the ground. And I'll probably make an extra one as well for being able to go and get that limestone. We'll need that a little bit later on. So I'm going to make those, and then we'll run over and find those 2 nodes so we can get the miners on. Okay, I've got my 2 new portable miners. We're going to go on a bit of a walkabout. It is nightfall on the planet here now. If you hit the B key, you end up with a flashlight, and then you can get a better look around at what's going on. So we're going to go find that copper node and then make our way and get our miner set up on that. And yeah, we'll be right back once I find that copper node. All right, I found the copper node, and there is a couple more of these little firefly things here, so we got to take these baddies out. All right, they're taken out. And, of course, it's got that nice copper, oxidized copper look to it. We need to knock off this little outcropping here first before we can put down our miner. So we'll just bust that off. Hit tab, grab our portable miner, slap that bad boy down. It's going to start digging away, and we're just going to wait here for a little bit and let this gather up a bit because we need to take some of this copper back. So I'll wait here, I'll grab that, and then when we come back, we'll actually start converting some of this copper into ingots and wire. So on our way back to deal with the copper, we did come across this one little plant here. Make sure you gather these. These are a bacon plant. Basically, we're basically picking bacon off there. It is a food source, as well as we'll be able to use it for some research later on. And of course, any of the food will help us heal up. But on the way back to our hub, I want to run over and just get the miner working on the limestone node that was over here. So we're going to quickly drop this in play because we're going to need it anyway. So I might as well have it up and running. And I'm pretty sure it was just up over this little rise here. There it is. So we're just going to throw our other miner on this node to be able to get this started. So inventory, which is the tab key to be able to access your inventory. Drag and drop your little miner down, throw this unit down, and it's going to start gathering up some limestone for us. And I'm going to take a little bit of this back with us as well. So we're just going to be patient while it digs up a little bit of this. And it doesn't take long for this thing to fill up. It can only hold up to 100, so that, of course, the copper that I went and gathered up, we do need to make that into copper ingots. So I'm going to craft up, I've got a bunch of iron and a bunch of copper. I'm going to craft those into ingots and get that going, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I have smelted up everything we needed for the third upgrade. Now we just need to make 20 of these copper wires, which each ingot makes actually 2 rolls of it. So we'll just bang out those 10 times. We now got our copper wire, we've got our iron plates, and we've got our iron rods, 20 of each. We come back to the hub, go to upgrade 3, select mission, and bang out these 3. Upgrade! We have now upgraded to tier 3, or upgrade 3 on our little base.
Congratulations, you have unlocked scanner feature, limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively. 8th objective, complete hub upgrade 4. Note, use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
So now that we've got our hub upgraded to tier 3, or part 3 of tier 0, I guess is what it would be. Obviously, our next major upgrade we got to do is this, of which we need a whole bunch of iron plates. We need some copper cabling, and we need some concrete. But now's the time that we got to start looking into some automation for this whole process. So that's where our little power generator is going to come in line, and all of these leaves and stuff that we've been gathering, of which I've got more of them here in my inventory. So we've got like 1,170 leaves that we picked up. I've got some wood that I picked up right there. So we're going to be burning those things to be able to generate energy. So first things first is, what can we build to help automate that? So we can make some smelters. So the smelters will be able to automatically convert our ore that we've gathered into iron ingots for us. So that's one step that we can work towards automation, as well as we can make these constructors. And constructors will take those iron ingots and turn them into the iron rods and the iron plates. So those are things that we've got to look after, as well as concrete is made through a constructor from the limestone that we're going to be gathering. So now we need to build some smelters. So let's get started with the smelters. What do we need to be able to make smelters? We need iron bars and copper wire. So I know we've got some of the materials. So we're just going to craft up a bunch of that, and we're going to get some of these manufactured and in place here right away. Okay, I have crafted up the iron rods, the iron plates, and the copper wire. Let's do a little throwdown of some smelters here. So I'm going to want a few of these smelters. So we've got 2 different iron nodes right now. So I'm going to throw one of these down here, and we're going to put another one right beside it, which is, we hit the control key, they should line up. We'll slap that down, and then I'll put one more smelter right beside that one. Come on. You know you want to place down. The ground's a little bit uneven. See, later on we'll be able to have like foundations and stuff, and we'll be able to line those up on the ground a lot easier than what it's doing right now. Okay, first things first. If you notice, we have a new little hotbar at the bottom now. That is some of our quick crafting. And if you hold Alt and use your scroll wheel, you get up to 10 different little hotbars that you can program in there. And if there's things you want to add to a particular bar, just bring up your builder window, or just mouse over your smelter and hit 1, and it shows up on your builder bar. And then I'm going to go up to the constructor, and I'm going to hit 2, and now it's on the builder bar. And of course, we already have the power poles and everything already on there. So, and then of course the hub, we've already got a hub. You can't craft another one unless you've got one of these hub parts, crates, and you only ever get one of them in the game. So, all right, we have these built. Now we got to get this thing powered up. So I'll go back over to my hotbar number 1 here, and we're going to throw some power cables down so that we can get to this unit. To make a power cable or power pole, what do we need? We need, if we access that, it says we need copper wire, we need iron bars, and concrete. Well, I don't have any concrete made yet, so we got to quickly make up some concrete. All right, so I have made some concrete now. Let's hit our number 1 on our hotbar, and now we can place some power poles. And the reason for the power poles is we got to run some cabling from the generator to the pole, and then from the pole over to our equipment. Now you can only have up to 4 wires going into a power pole at any given time, and that includes it linking to other things. So when we get to place some cables here, there'll be a cable that goes from the generator over to the power pole, and that power pole over to this one. So this power pole will already have 2 spots taken up on it and can really only go 2 more places. This one will have 1 in it, and then we'll be able to take 3 lines and power these smelters that are here. So let's make some cables. Well, what do we need for being able to put power over to here to here? It says we need copper cabling to do that. And to make copper cabling, we got to run back over to our manual crafting bench. Copper cabling is made from copper wire. So we're going to craft out a few of these to get started with here. I figure if we have about 20 or so, there's 20. Now we can get things connected and try to get things all powered up and running. So we hit the 2 key, we click on this one, click on here. That's now tied together. Click on this pole again. We're running all the way over to this pole. That's now connected. And you can see if you hit the pole, it says it's got 104 connectors have been used. So then, just so that we can expand out later, I'm going to actually put another pole right at this end. And we're going to say it could go right there. And we're going to run another cable from this one to this one. And then we'll go from here to here. And then we'll connect these two up to this pole. So this still leaves us the ability that we can shoot off that way for whatever reason, and we can shoot off that way for whatever reason with some additional cabling. These are all hooked up now, but of course, we got red lights on them. What does that mean? Well, we're not powered up yet. We got a red light on the generator. It's because it's not powered up yet. And that's because we don't have any fuel in that generator. So let's grab a stack of our leaves, head around over to the generator. Hello, Mr. Generator. And we're going to throw that into there, and now this is generating power. So the blue line is our max consumption capabilities that we can do. If we mouse over, the orange line is how much power we're actively using. The gray line is our maximum amount of power that we are going to be able to consume. And then our production is how much power we're actually pushing out. Well, obviously we're not pushing any out right now because we haven't turned anything on. These aren't on yet because I haven't set them into recipe mode as to what they're supposed to be making. So what do we want to do? The first one is going to be iron. So you're going to be making iron ingots. You get started at doing that. You're going to be making iron ingots as well because we have 2 different iron nodes. And you're going to be making copper. Okay. So we've got those 3. Let's run over and grab some raw materials and see what it looks like when these things start firing up. All right, let's load in 100 iron ore. Let's load in 100 iron ore and 100 copper ore. These things start belching out some smoke because they're grinding away, and now they are crafting our ingots for us. Now, eventually, we'll be able to feed these all in with conveyors and everything to be able to make this super easy to be able to do. And in fact, we have conveyors now. Now, I didn't necessarily put these in the smartest location because I want these to feed into some constructors. But for the purposes of this tutorial, it's just getting it up and running and getting out of the initial tutorial phase of the game. So what do we need to build now? We need to convert these raw materials into things. What do we need? That is up to our little hub, our tier 4 upgrade. We need lots of iron plates, we need lots of copper, and we need lots of concrete. Well, the concrete, I've already got. I've already got some concrete. And you know what? I'm pretty close on the plates, but I still need to get some cables. But for the purposes of this, just so that we can see how everything's working, is we're going to throw let's go to our construction window here, production. Let's grab these constructors and actually put them down here. Hold on a second. I can't build anything yet. Why can't I build these yet? Because we need reinforced plate for these, not just regular plate. How do we make reinforced plate? So we run over to our little manual crafting bench here. Reinforced plate takes plate and screws to be able to make it. Well, we can make screws. Screws, those are just made from rods. So let's crank out some screws here real quick. Reinforced plates, let's bang those out real quick. I did do enough to do 10 of them, and these don't take that long to craft out. So it's like 4 hits per, and they're, slapped together. So it's relatively quick to slap that out. Okay, let's throw a constructor over here. So we're going to go this bad boy right here. We're going to throw another one right beside it. So we're going to run our iron into this one. And then the copper, spin this around, is just going to go right here. Okay, so what is this going to make? This one is going to make copper wire. And it requires copper ingots to do that. And now you can hold the control key and those will snap and line up together. And if you look, there is an orange end and a green end in here. Orange is your input side, green is your output side. And of course, we want all of these to connect together now. So what are we going to use that to connect them together? That's where we're going to use some conveyors. So if we look, number 3 is conveyors on our hotbar. So we can just go right over here. Boom. Now this unit is going to fire this copper out into here. And into that one. So we can tell this that it's going to need to make that, and we've already told this that it needs to make these cables. But why isn't it working? Because they need power. We're going to throw a power pole over here because these 2 units need to get powered. We're going to grab a cable from this one. We're going to attach it to there. We're going to go from there to there, there to there. These are now manufacturing. We've got our cable coming out of here. So now this is taking the copper wire and converting it into copper cable. And because we don't have a conveyor out of it, it's just going to be right here for us to grab. So what is this one going to make? This is going to make iron plates for us. And now that is crafting those out. As which I'm going to throw my extra iron ingots into here. And this one's going to make my iron rods for me. So now we have automated the process of making our copper cable, our iron rods, and our iron plate. Hub upgrade, select the milestone. We're going to add in our iron plates. We're going to add in our cable. We're going to add in our concrete. Voila! Terminal hub upgrade 4 is now complete. We have upgraded.
You have unlocked building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots. 9th objective, complete hub upgrade 5. Note, portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts. Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
Which is exactly what we didn't do here when we just kind of slapped this together. We didn't take into account what would happen where we would be building things. This was more just getting it in the ground, getting it built. What's next on our hub? Hub upgrade is we need to be able to make iron bars, some more cables, and more concrete. Okay, so I just slapped down another constructor over here, ran a power pole over from our hub over there to where our limestone is here that we can just quickly run over. We can grab more materials off of this. Load it into this bad boy. Throw in some more limestone. And this is cranking out our concrete. And I can't remember exactly how much we needed. I want to say it was like 15 or 25. I think we'll go until this is like 25, and then we'll go back and get things stepped out. All right, now is a good time to let you know what happens when you add too much equipment onto everything. So I added that other constructor down there. So we've got 5 constructors and 3 smelters running off of 1 power generator. And as you can see here, everything is like off. And our power, we're down to like absolute 0. Nothing's working. It won't run. And this says it's off. So if I try to turn this back on again, boom, it just breaks again. Fuse broken. One of your power grids is shut down. It's drawing too much power right now. Now, I don't know. Did we get we didn't get a new power thing. So one of these lines we're going to have to temporarily shut off. We can turn this back on again. Away she goes. Doing its thing. I think we're happy. And we're not happy. We're out of power again. Well, since I'm done with the iron, I'm actually going to shut off. Let's go turn you off. And we'll turn you off because I got enough of the iron stuff made right now. This is why it's super important to make sure that you get your upgrades done on your hub and your tiers so that you can get the new recipes to build more things. Because what is tier 4 going to get us? Tier 4, or the fifth upgrade of tier 0 is going to get us Mark 1 miners, it's going to get us storage, it's going to get us inventory slots. Those are all really super important. Alright, did we get enough? Do we have enough cable here now? I think we might have enough cable to turn this in and get the next upgrade done. So if I come over to our hub terminal, we click on this, everything's all ready to go. Select our milestone. We're throwing that in. We're throwing this in. We're throwing that in. Upgrade! Okay, we have just upgraded again. What has it done for us? Guess what? We get another generator.
You have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner. 10th objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 6. No.
So this biomass generator, I'm going to throw wood into this one. We're going to keep leaves into this one. And then we need to pull a cable from here and connect it to that. So we're going to go bammo, bammo. Now we don't have the power issues. We can go ahead and turn our stuff back on over here. And we're not going to worry about killing everything when we do it. So what can we build? What's new? Production. Mark 1 miner. This is our automatic miner. So we can run power to it. What do we need? We need 10 iron plates, 10 concrete, and 1 of our portable miners to be able to make one of those. And then, of course, we need to run power to it. Not a big deal. We've got power. We can make more power now that we have a second generator. Under organization, we now get the new storage unit, which is iron plate and iron bars. Storage units are super nice. The reason why for these is we can run now over here and we can build out a storage unit off this. Let's just spin this around, hit the control key to snap it to grid, place it down. I don't think it did a fantastic job of snapping that to grid. It did not. So, F key, we can remove that and replace it again. It's not a big deal. And it's because we really don't have our base like lined up here properly. Let's just slap that bad boy down there. A little further away. These conveyors can bend their way in. Now this is automatically firing the iron rods into there. Storage containers obviously don't require any power to be able to run. So the next tier to be able to unlock, and I think this one will finish our basic tutorial, is we need 100 iron rods, we need 100 iron plates, we need a whole bunch of just regular copper wire, and also we need a bunch of concrete. Well, right now, all of our copper wire is getting used up into this bad boy, so we need to kind of shut this down because we don't need as much cable right now. So I'm going to say stop to this unit so that we can stockpile some of this copper. But some of the things that we can do now is we can work on getting automated miners up and running in here. And to be able to do that, we need iron plates. We need rods. And we need to grab these little schmelt, or these portable miners. So if we walk up them, we hit E and we hit pick up all. We get everything. So I've come over, grabbed what concrete we had in this unit. I'm going to load what limestone I've got kicking around here into here as well. But since we're here, well, I might as well throw our miner down here. We'll get our first Mark 1 miner flopped out this way, slap that bad boy down, and then we can come from this unit straight from here into here. Now this is going to be feeding materials straight into the constructor to be able to make our concrete. The other thing we could do is we can bring this bad boy all the way back now And we got a little bit of a rise in the ground here, so we'll just put this down for right now. Now it's going to bring all of this concrete back. So what do we got? We have concrete being made. We have the ability to have copper cabling here, which I've already got on my inventory, but I have this shut off right now due to power consumption. This is making copper wire, which we've got a bunch of copper wire all over. Copper wire gets made into copper cabling. We have a iron feed that comes out of this one into this unit over here to make iron bars. And we have an iron feed that comes from here that goes through and makes iron plates, all of which is automated. Right from our mining process all the way through to our storage. So we can come over here, we can gather up iron bars that we need, we can gather up iron plates that we need, we can run around and gather up any of the copper wire we need or any of the concrete we need. And then we can go through. We're starting to get things automated. It makes it easier to process through to get our hub upgrades done. So what do we need? I still need a bunch more iron plates. So we're just going to wait for that iron line to make out some more plate. And we've got this taken care of. So, I mean, I'll throw my iron bars in here that we've got. I'll throw the copper I've got, the concrete in here, and the little bit that we've got. So it's showing us how much we've got loaded in there ready to finish. And it's just a matter now of waiting for a little bit of copper plate to finish up for us. Okay, I have gathered up all the iron plate and stuff that we need. Let's throw that iron plate in there. Let's submit our milestone. Boom, we have now upgraded and completed what would be considered Tier 0 is now complete.
Building space elevator. Building.
So now we've got this little delivery unit that sends a bunch of stuff back.
Message. Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of FICSIT Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
All right, so FICSIT is all happy with us, and we got through this.
The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones.
This unit will submit the milestones back to FICSIT. And so basically, as you complete new milestones,
should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and as such initiating project.
Let's just wait for them to finish talking.
Good luck.
All right, so now they're done talking and congratulating us. We now have access to Tier 1, building a base, Tier 2, logistics, Tier 3, field research. These are the new milestones that we can unlock to continue upgrading our base and getting new recipes and everything. This little unit here, every time you complete a milestone, it gets loaded into this and it sends it off to FICSIT Corp. FICSIT is a big faceless corporation that basically sends us onto this planet to be able to gather up all these resources, and we've got to build this factory to be able to make all this stuff happen. We've ran out of power again, but this is perfect because we finished. This is your absolute bare bones tutorial. Nothing else beyond what we've just done here is really anything overly complicated. It's your initial startup. You can skip this part if you want. Since you've watched this video, you don't necessarily need to go through now and actually do this yourself unless you feel like going through and just doing it to get yourself familiar with the interface. But if you skip this part, everything that we've just unlocked would already be unlocked for you so that you can dive in right away. So the next episode, what I'm going to do is it's time now to start thinking about planning a base, planning a proper starter base. Like, we didn't plan nothing here. This is an ugly rat's nest pile of goo, and you're going to want a significantly more efficient, better laid out base. And you're going to want to start looking at, okay, how much does a smelter put out? How much does a constructor require to be able to make the items? How much do we get out of a pure node of iron? That type of stuff. And that all plays into our role as we start building our actual starter base that we're going to be building with. So for next episode, all this stuff is going to be gone. We're just going to have the hub and a little bit of storage units that all the materials that we have gathered so far are in, so that we are geared up to start laying out the base. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, ring that notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at TerrisDWDC, because you know what, YouTube notifications can be a little bit sketch. So feel free to do that for me and share this video. Share it with your friends, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Leave comments in here and tell me what you think is Satisfactory. Of course, this is just the basic tutorial that we've gone through right now. Next episode, we'll be diving into building a real base. Thanks for watching. Later.